Butler is a mixed media artist, designer, and instructor for the creative industries. She works with a variety of mediums and enjoys sharing her creativity through teaching. Today, Anne is here to share how you can update cardstock that you might have just sitting around your craft room. Wait until you see what Anne can do with it. I'm delighted to welcome Anne Butler. Hi, Anne.
Today I'm going to show you how to take cardstock that you might have. Everybody has some cardstock that they have too much of, or maybe they don't like anymore, or they got it from a friend. And I'm going to show you a way to update it. So I took a cardstock like this that was a collage and updated it with Earth Safe finishes. Now this you might not use in a scrapbooking project, but you can cut it up and tear it and use it in altered art or for book pages. So I'm going to put this down, and hopefully it's on my work surface so you can see it. And what I did, like Lorene, her and I were thinking on the same page, I had cut a larger piece of cardstock up into smaller pieces so I could demo on those for you. And what you're going to do is take Earth Safe Finishes, Shimmer Gel Mediums, and use those to cover this. And I also use some gesso on some of them to give it some white color, and gesso just kind of covers that background. So I'm going to pour some of this out. Now with the gesso, I like to use a dry brush. And with the shimmers, I just use the same paintbrush, and I'll just dip it into one to another, and it doesn't affect it. So I just start out by adding some shimmer in different colors. And then I like to put a little bit of gesso on after I have applied some shimmers, because it kind of makes it a little bit wetter and easier to manipulate on the paper. So you just take and cover and color until you have something pleasing that you like to your eye. You can do it with just the shimmers to give it color, or you could use a color acrylic paint instead of the gesso to give it a little bit more color also. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to hold it up to see if you can see the shimmers that you get with these beautiful shimmers. They're called transparent shimmers, and they are non-toxic, so it's good for the environment. This one right here was done just with shimmers, and you can see through it. So I would continue working with this one until I was happy with the way it looked. With this one, I took in, I have some of the gesso on there. The gesso on this one was applied before the shimmers, so it's more stark and it's kind of in place there. So as I cut this piece apart, I just worked some of it more than the rest so you can see what the different looks are. And if you look at this one right here, this one is where it has kind of totally taken over the majority of the page. Now, I also did, this is just a small piece of cardstock. And then this is what it started looking like with lots of gesso and the shimmers. And I just kept working it until I was happy with the results. And my end result was something like this. So you can go from that to this. It only takes a matter of minutes. Now there is more you can do with it. You can take and take sheet music and rip some sheet music up and use gel medium or a glue stick and apply it to your cardstock. And right here I took and used a rub-on of words and just applied that. So you can, the directions for this one right here, complete step by step, I have going live on my blog in about 15 minutes. So you can see what the paper looked like before and what the steps were to get it to look like this. But I'm hoping that you can really see the shimmers of these on there. Now, a couple of the things that you can do is, since you might not use it for scrapbooking, I took in just one of those little tiny memo books that you buy for like 69 cents, and I covered the covers of that with this. So this is another one. This is one that I didn't really like even how it turned out with the paper I used that I started out with. It was kind of a blue and a pink, and I don't even like how it turned out. But I would continue working with this one, maybe adding the sheet music and maybe even rubber stamping on it to give it